All right, should be unboxing 6 Death and Ray, not Prelude. What was the Death and Ray I unboxed literally this morning? Anyway, I got it to work. I just had to restart it, and then I had to install a firmware update to fix a super duper lag on that. So let's take these IEMs out. What IEMs, you asked? The ones that Pasta's gonna link. Actually, make sure you use the Hi-Fi Guides links, baby, for the Z12s. Actually, these are the OG Z12s. You don't get these anymore. If you didn't buy the first 500, you're out. Anyway, as you know, there was a massive failure. This is the 6th unboxing in 2 days real life, 12 days for you guys. And I'm just, everything that comes is just getting a zone. So we're gonna have a little discussion on every little thing. And here is going to be the fix, you fuck. And actually JDM Huat of serverbuilds.net had suggested something else, which was actually more affordable and possibly faster, but I don't need faster, I just need it reliable. And this is gonna be annoying. But anyway, an SSD with all my videos on it. Well, I say all my videos. When I download off the camera and then do my re-encoding and then upload it to YouTube and then take those files and move them to the NAS, where all that happens is an SSD, or was an SSD. It was a Samsung 870 EVO, and it failed with like 30 full unboxings on it that I just haven't combined and uploaded. Maybe more, I don't know. Anyway, so now we're sort of rushing to get shit done. And so I'm replacing that Samsung, which is usually reliable, but just that particular batch, with not one, but 2 crucial 2 terabytes. These are just internal SSDs. I guess I'm committing to doing this and not doing the JDM Huat NVMe PCIe Express slot things that are on eBay for like $150, like $130 for like 1.6 terabytes. It's pretty fucking solid. Like, that's insane. It's like if you don't have an M2, you pop 2 of those in there. So this is just a Crucial SSD. Crucial is a name at least I've heard of. I didn't get another SanDisk. I didn't even see SanDisk when I sorted by like most popular SSDs. SanDisk wasn't even a thing. What's in here? We got something else in here? What is that? There's a ring. What does this ring do? Oh, it's an adapter ring in case like you put it in a laptop and it's used to a thicker hard drive. This will take up the space so you don't jizzle, jazzle, jostle. It's got little strips of tape. So yeah, what I'm gonna do is I'm going to RAID mirror, which is RAID 1. Striping is RAID 0, or mirroring is RAID 0, one of those 2 things. So I bought 2 of these. I'm gonna install both of them in the computer, and then I'm gonna do the exact same shit I used to do, only with 2 hard drives that are, well, 2 solid state drives that are reading and just mirrored. So that if one should fail, like that fucking Samsung did, the other should just retain the data. And also I'm changing the way I download the cards that I use. I will no longer be moving. I usually move things off the cards. So instead of moving things from the camera to the computer, I'm now gonna copy it and then change cards out so that data exists somewhere else for a little bit longer, maybe another week or so, a couple days even. Just enough to be like, all right, cool. Did anything fail? No, cool. So these I have to pull my computer off of its space in the basement because I never hooked up they have quick slot bays in the back, but they're not plugged into the motherboard, and all those wires are tied up inside. So that's like I'm gonna call that as a 1.5 hour minimum job if I rushed. All right, 2 things in here. First, the PNG YOCN, because that isn't that's like the warp of a star. I don't know how you pronounce that. Anyway, I bought 2 MMC, no, it's M6, 4.4 Pentacon connectors. Solderable, we'll see how they look now because I didn't show a picture of this online. So, is it good that I can't unscrew this? There we go, I got it. Oh, it's so small. Anyway, so you got 1, 2, 3, 4. I got to figure out how that actually would work, but I'm going to modify the connector on my Neumann NDH30. And I have an extra one in case I fuck up. So I'm going to literally cut the normal Neumann wire. It should have 4 conductors in it. I've heard it has 4 conductors in it. It's almost maybe has 4 conductors in it. And then I'm going to resolder it and make it balanced. Also, I bought this thing of cheese balls. Pasta, baby, I'm putting you on task. Link the largest amount of cheese balls you can find. I don't care if it's even on Amazon. Like, can I order 200 pounds of this? Because this thing weighs 2.75 ounces or 77.9 grams. Because they don't weigh anything. So how much weight, it's the most mass we can get out of balls. And you've seen me unbox these a million billion times. But before the Christmas holiday season shows up and these things turn into $20 a piece, because let that be known, the Casa Smart Wi-Fi plugs, which I currently have a billion of, like a billion. Like I've got them on heaters that aren't even plugged into the wall. Because I know I'm gonna plug that heater in the winter and it's gonna need to be there. Oh, they are smaller. They've made them smaller. This is an important unboxing. Let me see. Still says 15 amp. Okay. So here's how these work. And here's what I'm doing with them. Actually, I'll show you literally one right now. Because I have this toaster oven now. And Dan came over and Dan told me that when he came to visit my house once, he actually toasted something. And he didn't know this toaster oven had this quirk. So when you turn the knob to turn it on and it turns on, and you hear it going tick, 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 tick. Usually what happens is it goes down and it stops. And the ticking stops. But this particular Oster toaster oven, which I've had for years and I love it because it works so well, sometimes you'll do that, you don't turn it past 20, and when you go to shut it off, it's not doing it now. But good, it's good that it's not doing it. But usually sometimes, it'll just go ding, tick, 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 permanently on. Because when you turn it the other way, that's stay on, which means it'll never turn off. So you turn it this way with the hope that when it gets to 0, it goes click. But sometimes, just sometimes, it just keeps going. And then turns on permanently. I found this once in my old apartment on for like 2.5 hours, unattended, mounted to the bottom of a cabinet. And I don't want to burn my house down. So guess what this motherfucker's gonna do? Let's add the safety fucking plug. I'm getting into the point where it's now safety things. So smart plug light or mini, I guess is what that is. Next, la 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 la, la la la. Now if you've used this app before, it knows your Wi-Fi password, so it's gonna be real easy. If you can literally just buy one of these plugs, one plug, get the app for free, and do everything I'm about to do with this. So, is it blinking? I can't see, there's a pineapple in the way. Which, did you know what pineapple is a sign for swingers? It is blinking. Hit next. Yeah, apparently if you put a pineapple in your shopping cart and just walk around a shopping place, you're into swinging. I'm going to connect this device. Do 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 do. That one, I don't have to hit that. I hit join the network. It's going to say connect my Wi-Fi because my Wi-Fi is not on the Wi-Fi that one's has to connect to, but I say I'm already connected, so it ignores that. Do 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 do. This way when I leave the house, it's like that has no power. Or if I'm like, shit, I'm on a fucking week-long vacation out in fucking California. Look how many bugs are flying around in the sunlight. Do you realize if every bug you could see was the size of like a basketball, we wouldn't be able to see the sky? Just want to point that out. This may take a few minutes to establish connection. It should not. It already stopped blinking. It's doing its thing. And this will just be so here, this is going to be toaster oven. Toaster oven. So this is not, is there a picture of a toaster oven? An aquarium, a cooler, a heater. That looks like a toaster oven. Next. I could also take a picture of it and put it in there. Boom, sounds good. So now if I scroll down, remember I said I had 1 million of these? So here's how many I have. These are smart lights, actual bulbs. Then these are smart plugs. All these things are smart plugs. All of these things are smart plugs. Some of them aren't there because they're not plugged in. Just keep going. Just keep going. There it is. Toasted oven. Okay, I gotta fix that. I wrote toasted oven. Toaster oven. Okay. Enter. Okay. So now, listen. Little click. So now, or it's not doing anything because now it's doing something. And the idea, here's the idea. There's an away mode, but you could set away mode. So it'll start my toaster oven when I'm away. Don't need that. I'm gonna schedule it every night to turn on, because here's the thing, you can have it scheduled to turn on and off. So I'm gonna schedule it every single night to turn off. See, wait, if I do that, then I'm gonna have to remember to turn it on before I use it. That's fine, that's fine. For now, that's what it is. So every night at 2 a.m., 2:22 a.m., turn it off. And now I could set it to turn back on, but if I fuck up and I'm away, I just want it off. Now, until I get home integration going where I could actually schedule that if my phone is left the premises, shut that off. In other words, if I go shopping and Mandy's here and she's using a toaster oven, too fucking bad, off. Now, actually, I'm gonna run that for a while just to make sure that doesn't explode, because it says 15 amp, but these are the new minis, and I've checked the big ones on my heaters and they work fine. But we'll see if these minis do it. It should be fine because it's just literally, it's only disconnecting one of these and then connecting it again. So as long as it's connected, as long as that relay is strong enough, it should be able to handle all the amperage. Anyway, these are the new small ones. Nice, a little bit flatter. The other ones were like a full square. So we're losing quite a bit. And oh, the second one of these is gonna go under the sink because I've got the recirculator pump that I have that shuts off at midnight, comes on at 8 a.m. But I also have it scheduled to shut off several times during the day. And I can't figure out, again, without home automation, how to, when I'm leaving, because when I leave, like I went to New Jersey, I had to open this up and physically toggle off the plug, because otherwise I got to go in there and schedule it to never come on, like 8 times. So what I'm going to do is make this a master switch, so that if I'm leaving the house again and I say, Alexa, I'm leaving, toaster oven off, this pump under there off so it doesn't draw hot water, off, 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 thermometers go up. It's gonna be great. It's gonna be great. It's gonna be great. I'm also gonna plug this in up here, program it, and then shove it under there. So, again, I literally went through all of my Casa stuff and went, you know what? I leave everything on. One of these other ones is going down my basement to Little Narberth. I don't want to leave that alone, but Little Narberth, where I have like the surround sound, I left the surround sound on all night. So I'm just gonna plug the surround sound processor into this. I'm either gonna plug the processor into this and have it lose power, which should trip the 12-volt triggers for everything else, or I'll plug a 12-volt transformer into this and plug that into the trigger in, and when this shuts off, it'll trigger off all the other equipment. And then I'll have one extra. I think I might have 1 or 2 of these extra actually in the closet. But yeah, no, these are the greatest fucking things. Casa is made by TP-Link. They're affordable. This whole package of 4 was $25. And everything I just did, you can do. You could tell it to turn something on at sunset, 10 minutes after sunset, 20 minutes before sunset, before sunrise. This way, like outdoor lights, go with the sun instead of like at 6, and then 6 isn't correct. It's just, it knows the sun, it knows what time of year it is, it knows where you live. Well, the app knows where you live because it's got geolocation. So it's like, all right, the sun's gonna set in this space at 6:39. Do you want me to shut the lights off at 6:39? Yes, boom. Anyway, so that's that. Also, I always had wondered what happened if I do this, and then I can program it like, so that you have to get the passcodes correct on Alexa before it actually opens the door. Not even, it's like warm on top, but like warm. Like warm. So let me just shut this off. And it's good. Anyway, thank you. Hard drives and Casa switches. Soft drives, I guess. And Death on Ray Honeys.